So this game is called Bullwhip. Bullwhip is the economic theory of rapid changes in the supply chain economics. And so I will be demonstrating sort of part of it is a commentary, but we also play this game live voiceover. Currently, I'm just showing people the rules. They're reading through the rules. We're setting up the board. This is the board that you're presented with. Each of these circles represent a country, and there are our game pieces. Graphics still in development. Main key is that shuffling paper cards is easier said than done, and that often causes the gameplay to be dictated by certain cards. However, a lot of those different play styles are still featured, and it shows that there is still a depth of strategy to the game. Theoretical number theory is often different from actuality. Here in this video, we're just setting up the cards, by the way, and therefore that causes a lot of disparity and causes us to rebalance the game midway due to the fact of my lack of estimation of numbers. Given that ICBMs end the game, it should be very hard to get one, not get one within a few turns. The next part here is simply discussing the different type of countries. Each country has a different power, and this actually played out very importantly at the end of the game. The three players that we will be choosing is that Sinopec China allows you to play a card twice at no cost. The Africa symbols I'm pointing to, that's Wakanda's power, and that allows them to block all attack cards or attack effects for 2 turns. And the last one is BP Europe, that allows them to basically, in short words, look through the discard pile at a cost that's a negative sum value that they don't make an obvious choice each turn. Basically just explaining the powers, and the first step to the setup is choosing who gets what and explaining the cost and benefit behind each country. So in this game, we simply played open book. We saw each other's hands, saw what each other did, and then made strategic choices based off that in in-game commentary. This deck, a lot of attack cards have a response card. If you play blackmail, there's reverse blackmail, gotcha. Right? There are a little more complicated cards. I've taken multiple games and multiple, like, when we played Imperial, big influence. When we played Diplomacy, big influence. When we played Scythe, that's also a big influence, and those are all strategy games. So if we're looking at the cards, there's going to be more cards that raise the oil price than negate the oil price, as a general fact. Because of that, when you play stuff, like for example, if you play a card, right, and then it's going to raise it, right, that allows the game to accelerate faster. So after that, there's also a few more things such as, there's engines, but each of them has a drawback. I will tell...
What do you mean by engine?
Engine as in, so basically you can only play 2 max cards per turn usually, right? Par some exceptions. However, but there's a lot of cards that give you more.
Why
cards.
can I only play 2 cards?
Because you have 2 actions by default per turn.
Oh, okay.
2 actions per default.
And playing the card takes an action?
Yes.
Are there other things I can do with my actions?
No.
Basically, you just get 2 plays per turn unless you get a card that says you have more than 2.
More actions, right? You can spend a card and get another action, right? At the end of so basically, at the start of the turn, you generate 1 oil barrel. Turn start. Your game starts. You generate 1 oil barrel per oil drill that you have at the start of your turn. Okay. So everyone, you want to play this? Who do you want to play?
I will take...
Yes, what's the name
of spell, folks?
What's the name of my character?
Sinopec China. You are
BP Europe.
BP Europe, known for the oil spill. So, going over player, I'll play you. Going over player powers again. We're skipping those 2. You will go first. You have a 1-shot ability. Play a card twice in the game.
Okay. When can I use that?
Whenever you want.
Okay. Can I use it on someone else?
If it's an attack card, you can play it twice.
Yes. For you, you have...
this is you.
No, this is me.
You're doing good.
Yeah, I'm doing great. For me, I have shield blocks attack cards for 2 rounds, right? And for initiation, whenever I do something, except for 1 specific card, I start it first. The effect happens on me, goes around everybody else, right? Happens on me again if I have another turn, right? And basically, I will do turn 1, affect me, goes to everyone. Turn 2, affect me, goes to everyone.
So on your turn, you're the person who starts.
Yes, and any effects start with me.
Okay, gotcha.
So let's say I play a card that has double the order price for everybody. Unless explicitly stated otherwise, it will double the order price for me, for you, in that order, right? If I have another turn, for me, for you, it stops.
Okay.
Just remember that. So everyone gets 1 oil drill. You start with 1 oil drill by default, right?
Yep.
The player generates 1 oil barrel per oil drill you have.
And the oil cost should also start at 1.
Yes, oil cost starts at 1. This is.
Oh yeah, can you tell us a little bit? About
Hundreds, tens, ones.
Yes, that's correct. For prices, I should write this down later.
I like those sliders. That's really good.
I think that's the idea. Thank you, Sam. Oil drill. This is prone to rebalance. Oil drills cost 20.
Okay.
ICBMs cost 200. Modifiable down to 160. Unplayable with a specific card.
Whoa. Say that one more time, a little bit clearer.
ICBMs cost 200.
Right.
Modified down to 160. If you have a reduced cost by 40 card.
Oh, there's a card that says that.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
So this turned out to be actually horribly imbalanced. We changed the price to 500, and given for a little explanation about what happens in about 20 minutes down the road, we didn't shuffle correctly, and that led a lot of the same ×2 multipliers. So in this game, we actually experienced an anomaly in draw. However, we still decided afterwards that the build up to an endgame finisher was way too fast, and therefore we have modified it accordingly and provided an available response time for other players to sort of respond. And this allows having an extra turn and causing an extra turn to happen before an ICBM is launched, which is what we added. Also allows for players to sort of react in an according way and have a last shot at saving the game. This means things like sort of drawing an Iron Dome or playing a blackmail, which would cause them to skip the next turn, or something along those lines that would enable the player to sort of have a more interactive and skillful experience. The next few minutes are simply just another explanation of the rules. It sort of helps to sort of see what's happening as the rules are being explained, but if you do not want to watch it, then just skip the next 3.5 minutes. So, upon start of the game, in your turn, you can either choose to draw 2 cards from the top of the deck, or look at the top 5 cards of the deck and draw 1.
Okay,
Of
so
those
just real quick, how many cards do we start with?
You start with 5, and we'll do setups too. Cool. The player, you can play up to 2 cards, or more if you have additional actions. Every card you play costs an action. At the end of the player's turn, they must discard 1 card of their choice if they can. 6 goes to 5, you get to choose. Alright? We're going through...
So wait, I have to discard a card at the end of my turn?
Yes.
Unless you only have 1 card left.
Unless you have 0 cards left. Gotcha. So, your win condition, be the last city center standing, and destroy other city centers by creating favorable market conditions, buying ICBMs and launching them at other players, destroying their city center. Trading, bribing, lying is legal and encouraged. Attack cards can be negated through negotiation. Pay me and I won't attack you. Now you can pay him and then he can attack you anyway. That's the way it can work.
Wait. So is it legally binding if I say, okay, I won't?
No agreements are binding. This is a game of trust.
Oh, so then I'm never going to trust anybody.
But it can be mutually beneficial. Now, we've gone through powers. Max hand size is 15 cards. Otherwise, you must discard down to 15 cards. Your choice. Oil price cannot go below 1. Oil price changes are global and affect all players unless specifically stated by a card that says your. And your cards that start with your oil price have a specific way of saying it.
Okay.
Discarded cards are added to a face-up discard pile when the draw pile is empty the discard pile. There's no limit to the amount of effect cards you have in play. Round down, we're not doing math. ICBMs are unblockable.
Unless you have Iron Dome.
Unless you have Iron Dome, yes.
And the ability of the people who can block stuff, they don't even.
This shield does not block an ICBM. It blocks attack cards.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but if you have an Iron Dome, that's the only card. We're not going through dynamics. Setup. So now we've done our random assignment, and we basically have assigned players to different governments, right? Shuffle a deck of cards. This is hard to shuffle, but it's being shuffled, more or less.
Show me shuffle.
Yeah, go ahead. It's paper. Could get 5 to each player. They would usually get 6, but they don't. For the different players in government balance, what we've done is the emus start first. They are by far the weakest because they don't have a good power. Second weakest, and you have the most useful power. But reminder, your power: discard 2 cards to shuffle the discard pile.
And draw 1.
Draw 5.
Draw 5.
Pick 1.
Okay.
Flip it.
Or I can take the top 2. Without.
No. This is the discard pile, not the draw pile.
Gotcha. Okay.
Right. So you can take a card already played, but it's a resource. It's a net. It's a negative sum for the resource. You're essentially exchanging 2 cards that you don't want for possibly 1 card that you do want.
Okay. So I discard 2.
Discard 2.
And then look through the last 5 played and pick 1.
Shuffle the disc. Actually, to be more pedantic.
Okay.
Shuffle the discard.
Okay.
You must first discard 2, but you do not put them in the discard pile.
Right.
Shuffle the discard.
Look at the top 5.
Look at top 5. Pick 1. Put it in your hand. Put the 2.
And then discard the.
The next few seconds basically go through the setup. The cards have been distributed, and we basically read through the cards and display our actions and our thought processes.
No. We can talk about the secrets.
Yeah.
That's kind of the point. Oh, this
So,
is a new style card.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of cards here. I have a reverse. When an opponent plays, I have 2 reverses actually. When an opponent plays a card that affects you or multiple players, you cause them to be affected instead of you. Other players are still affected or can be blocked. Your choice effect does not stack. I also have an open playbook, 2 of them. Reveal your hand, and I gain +3 cards, so that's kind of moot in this setting. But lastly, I have reverse blackmail. The blackmailing player is blackmailed for 2 turns. So these 3 are reactions, and these 2 are sort of standard cards.
Okay. I have play a card from your hand twice. Total cost is 1 action. Trash it. Do not shuffle it back into the deck. Choose 1. 3 actions. Discard a card, or 3 cards minus 1 action. I have 2 of those actually. Reverse blackmail. When the blackmailing player is blackmailed for 2 turns, and a secret. When an opponent plays a secret, take their secret.
Cool. Okay.
All right. I've got a reverse blackmail card. I also have an oil crisis card, which multiplies the oil price by 2 globally. And then I have a choose 1 +3 actions in a discard, or +3 cards and minus an action. And then I also have an open playbook, which is reveal a hand for 3 cards, and a play a card from your hand twice, total cost 1 action.
One more question, Joe. Do we start off with any money?
No.
No. All right.
We start off with oil generation, and then we sell the oil for money. And on our turn is when we can sell our oil.
The player can choose to launch ICBMs, sell oil, buy oil drills, or buy ICBMs anytime during the turn, except for the reset card.
Okay. All right. So let's start.
So on my turn, I guess I draw the first 2 cards.
You generate first.
I generate an oil.
Yes.
And now I'm going to draw 2 cards because I don't want to do the 5 and 1.
I'm going to try and shuffle these a little better between
Yeah,
these.
because we've drawn similar things.
So I think I'll play an open playbook, which is kind of cheating in this open hand setting, but
So why are you choosing to play an open playbook first turn?
well, I see that there are a couple of oil prices that I can raise oil prices a little bit, but I want to get a little bit of oil before I start raising the price. So I'm just going to give myself a couple of options by gaining more cards. And how many cards can I have at a time, Joe?
How many cards? 15.
15
Max
cards
size
max.
15. That's probably going to be rebalanced, but we're going to try.
Okay.
All right. So, I'm shuffling the cards right now. So
Yeah, and once
if you need-
yeah, I think just those cards. So I like having these oil price increases because that'll help me out a lot.
So you get to draw now +3 cards. So just take from this pile. It should be more or less random.
Okay.
So let's say, I knew what his hand is. I know that he wants to raise the oil price. So what am I going to do? I'm going to try to accumulate more oil and probably not buy a lot of alternative things.
Oh, I got Bird is the Word, which is an ability card. Can you tell us a little bit about that, Joe?
So we have 5 special cards in the game. This contributes to the idea of randomness, that if you are a specific player, you will gain a powerful power. Otherwise, the card just replaces itself.
and you can tell who's where. This has the art piece of this team right here. So I'm not that team. So instead of taking one card from each player, like an emu people cards would, at the end of my turn, I gain an action and I can draw a card.
But you have to play it.
Right. When I play it,
It just replaces itself.
right. So that was my first action. How many actions do I get, Joe?
2.
2 actions.
The next 30-ish minutes are basically the in-game play of what happens. I'm going to give a quick explanation. The video actually cut out after 30 minutes. But in the following 30 minutes, what happened was the bunch of multiplicative oil prices, such as ×2 oil price and cartels, ended up being at the top of the deck, as well as ridiculous and lucky draw engines in the game, coupled with Sinopec China's power of doubling a multiplier, which caused an exponential increase in the oil price that was way too fast. This actually ended up, what happened was that the game accelerated at a faster pace than it should have been due to the nature of the unshuffled cards, and everyone built missiles very quickly. One player had an Iron Dome, and that caused them to win the game eventually, while others, I had a cartel, but it learns that raising the price for one person raises it for all, and that has a positive or negative effect. It also showed that 2 people working together also has a positive effect, and it's whoever can benefit more from that transactions. A lot of long-term strategies are sort of overseen here of Sam quickly trying to raise the price, and me trying to basically coast off that and get a power turn where I get 2 missiles and launch them, and then Zane trying to play aggressively and also reactively on the right. These strategies are sort of showcased, and it also shows that having so much information as we played as an open hand is actually very useful, as because if I know that he is a secret or an attack card or something like that, then I know exactly what he's going to do, and therefore I know what cards I should play. So cards sort of reveal that are very important on the course of the game. So just feel free to jump around the next 30 minutes as we see different cards, different strategies, and just gameplay employed in general.
So we're still on
Okay.
first turn.
Yep.
So for my second action, I'll go ahead and play my other open playbook because I just wanna
Excellent.
see what's out there. 1, 2, 3. Oh, excellent! And I got my power card. If you are the Sinopec China player, produce 10 oil, else +1 action, draw a card. So I currently don't have I don't have any actions left, but I'll keep that later. I also drew an alternative energy card, which reduces the oil price by 3, and a upsell, which increases the oil price by 2.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Joseph, on to you.
So, assuming I have no knowledge of the other hands, I have 2 of the same choose 1 cards. So the first thing I'm going to do is +3 actions, discard a card.
Okay.
So I'm going to play this. I'm going to discard my reverse blackmail, mostly because I know nobody else has blackmail currently, so this card is a dead card.
Well.
Oh, you forgot to discard a card at the end of your turn.
Okay. I will discard one of my. I'll discard the bird is the word. I'll discard my reverse card because I got 2 of those already.
Okay. I'm going to discard reverse blackmail. So now, since
Why are you discarding reverse blackmail?
because there's no one else with blackmail. So let's say.
But you don't know that if we weren't playing an open hands game.
Yes, that's true. But then he wouldn't play open playbook.
Oh, that's true. So you've seen his hand. He doesn't have a blackmail.
I do have a blackmail.
Well, he didn't have a blackmail when you saw it. So you are now discarding your reverse blackmail on the bet that he doesn't have a blackmail.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's assume that's the case.
Okay.
The second thing that I'm going to do is now, since I had 2 actions, I spent 1 action. Now I have 4 actions.
Right.
I'm going to do this. I'm going to play a card from my hand twice and trash it.
Okay.
So I basically am going to choose 3 cards, 1 action, twice, because the card says choose 1, +3 actions, discard a card, or +3 cards, discard an action.
Okay, so you are currently at 4 actions and you're about to draw 3 cards.
6
cards because you're doing it twice.
Yes.
Oh.
The total cost is 1 action.
Right.
So total cost is 1 action, and I'm playing it twice, which means I'm losing 2 more actions. So I'm left with 1 action, but I'm drawing 6 cards. I also trash it. This card's no longer in the game.
Okay.
So I'm going to draw 1,
That's a lot of cards.
2, 3,
It's basically a whole new hand with a bunch of actions.
4, 5, 6.
All right, let's see them.
Now this hand is pretty trash. -1 oil price, -1 oil price. 2 cartels, which are cooperative cards.
3 cartels.
3 cartels.
3 cartels and 3 battle days.
Right. So,
You generate 1, and what do you want to do with those? So what's the cartel card do?
so the cartel card says that if you play this, your oil sells for triple this round. Instead of discarding this card, pass it to another player. They are not affected by it, but do not play it and discard it at the end of the turn. So let's say I have a bunch of oil, I want to sell for triple, but then after I do that, right, I pass it to you.
Right.
And then now your oil sells for triple.
Gotcha.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
can you waive your actions if you don't want to do anything?
yes, you obviously can just accumulate cards, right?
Okay.
And so, for example, we're going to go over different play styles now. You can play attack if you're drawing another attack. There's actually an attack cycling card that allows you to do that.
Reshuffle these so I can.
Yes, thank you very much. Right? So, and then there's also probably engine, which is like basically something a little akin to what I did. You basically do this, that, and hopefully eventually draw it again. Engine is
Drawing, just drawing an incredible amount of cards and
Yes.
playing an incredible amount of cards.
And then there's combo, so you see cards and you say, okay, I want to make a combo out of them. And different play styles will come as we see. The last thing I'm going to do, since I have 1 extra action, is I'm going to play a secret. And this secret I'm going to put face down in my play effect area.
Okay.
It says, when an opponent plays a secret, take their secret.
Okay.
So usually they don't know what this is.
Right.
Right.
And we should all act like we don't know what that
And you should,
I don't know what that is.
right?
Oh, Jess is playing a secret card. Better not get fucked here. So,
Stop ruining my recording. So now I must discard 1 card, and these I'm discarding 1.
And you played that one already, right?
Yes, this is trashed. Right?
Trashed. Oh, so it doesn't go
that
back
gets
into
spent
this
and
one.
doesn't...
This doesn't go back into the game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, and then I'm going to discard that day.
Okay. So, my turn's up. So here's a question I have. I have a play a card from your hand twice. I also have an open playbook. Now, if I combo with these two, do I draw 6 cards? Or do I show my hand, draw 3, show my hand, and then draw 3 more?
Show your hand, draw 3. It's an execution of the same card twice.
Gotcha.
But first you have to draw 2, am I right?
Right. Draw 2 and produce 1
And
more.
produce 1.
Okay, so the cards I just drew were extra guns plus 2 cards, and another extra guns plus 2 cards. Difficult to shuffle paper cards. Alright, so I'm going to do play a card from your hand twice, open playbook. So I'm going to take 3.
So, at this stage of the game, this is a very powerful combo.
Right.
However, if anyone has a diplomacy card, they should play it now.
I don't. I have blackmail.
Yep,
Gotcha.
nothing like that. So, so what does a diplomacy card do in this case?
So in this game, diplomacy is based off the game of diplomacy when 2 players, basically, when Turkey and Russia try to move into the Black Sea and they bounce back. It's a big way of saying, no, you cannot do that.
Okay.
So it will negate a card. You can diplomacy a diplomacy.
So I just drew 3 cards. I got another oil crisis, multiplying oil price by 2. I got an Iron Dome card. For 2 turns, your city center cannot be destroyed, and time's ticking for the next 2 turns. Turns last 30 seconds max, so this sort of turns it into Joseph's blitz chess. Alright, and now that I've done my first action, I'm going to show my hand again. So now everybody knows that I got an Iron Dome, an oil crisis, and a time's ticking.
my.
And all the rest of my hand as well has been revealed. I'm going to take these 3.
At this point, I would probably say, hey, you've got some oil price increases. Let's increase the oil price now so that we can start doing stuff. I've got a +2 here. So if you start playing your ×2 oil, then we can like really exponentially increase it.
Okay. So, and had I known that you had your ridiculous China bonus,
Yeah.
I would not go for that strategy.
Mm-hmm.
But, so what you're recommending here is next time around, you're going
I'll
to play a
play this
+2.
card.
And then that'll come all the way back around and I'll double up the oil price.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I'll consider that.
Okay.
On the other hand, you did play open playbook.
This was the last
yeah,
thing I drew.
Before he drew his super.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Okay, so I got my last draw was 3 secret cards. When an opponent plays a secret, take their secret. At the start of your next turn, +1 card and +1 action. And at the start of your next turn, +1 card and +1 action. Okay, so now I am done with this card. This is trash, and this card is spent, going into the discard. So now I have 1 action left. I'm going to use that action in order to play my +3 actions discard a card, I'm going to go ahead and discard that, and I'm going to discard one of my secrets, which is at the start of your next turn, +1 card and +1 action. And that leaves me with 4 actions remaining.
Wow.
So what I'm going to do next is I'm
That's
going
a
to do
good card.
extra guns, +2. Draw 2 additional cards.
So you're at what, 9 now?
Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And my extra guns, I got Inside Agent and Cycle. So Inside Agent, you may steal a random card from an opponent +1 action. So do I get to steal your card and then I get an action as well?
Yes.
Okay. Cycle. When you play an attack card, draw a card. All right.
That's an attack card because there's cards that can negate attack cards.
Okay. So, Cycle and Inside Agent. That leaves me with 3 actions remaining. So I've just drawn a card that allows me to stack another action on it. And so how does this work? Do I get to look at somebody's hand?
It's random. You take a look.
So, Inside Agent, you may steal a random card from your opponent. You were talkative with me about diplomacy earlier, so I kind of want to see what you have. So I'm going to just pick a card at random. So
Well, actually, before you do that, are you going to play that
I'm
card?
going to play Inside
Alright.
Agent on you.
Play that card. So now I'm going to use my reaction, and I actually get to, when an opponent plays a card that affects you or multiple players, you cause them to be affected instead. Other players are still affected or can be blocked by your choice. So I don't want you to steal my cards, so I'm going to go ahead and play that reaction.
Okay.
Stop you.
Okay, so
And then just flip them upside down, and I'll pick a random one.
Okay.
But the Inside Agent is no longer in there, right?
Yes, the Inside Agent's been discarded.
So that's an example of an attack and a reaction.
Okay. So there you go. Go ahead and pick one.
Okay, I did that blindly. I got times ticking for the next 2 seconds. Turns less than 30 seconds. Okay.
Okay. So that leaves.
And I say, don't mess with me.
So you get +1 action his next turn, then, right?
It doesn't matter.
Okay. That's just that. That's
Yeah.
a moot. Okay.
Yeah.
So that was another action spent. I think I have.
So does he get the action from that, though?
No, because you negated the attack
Right.
card.
Gotcha.
So that's two actions remaining.
I'm actually going to turn that card down because that's actually really strong. It's not blocked.
Yeah. Okay. 2 actions remaining. I'm going to use one of my actions to do another extra guns.
Draw more cards.
So that's 2 more cards. I get a puppet president. Select a player and look at their cards. Select one they must play the next turn. And I got another Inside Agent card. So you may steal a random card from an opponent.
How many actions do you have left?
1.
Oh, no.
So.
Oh no.
He's gay. I don't wanna.
So I'm gonna weigh the odds again, and you're probably not gonna have another negating response card.
Except you did see I had 2 reverse cards.
When did I see? Oh yes,
When
you
I played
showed
open
that.
hand.
You
Yeah.
showed that.
Yeah.
So that would have been a blunder.
But you see, if you don't memorize and figure out what players have, you lose track of that.
Right.
I'm just gonna say, Hugh, don't mess with me right now. It's early game. We've got time. You don't need to play those attack cards. Just let it go.
All right. I'll take that.
Or
under
at least do it on Joe. I mean, you already probed me, and you saw what
That's
you
true.
shot.
Joe.
But you know my hand is trash.
I wouldn't know that if we weren't playing open.
Yes.
No, I played 2.
But then you drew all those cards.
drew
Oh, that's true, yeah.
So, in order to keep my turn going, I'm going to play an Inside Agent on Joe.
There it is.
So,
Joe gets.
that's +1 action. Basically, this is just me sustaining my turn.
Yeah.
Take a card.
So I'm going to pick this one. I drew a cartel.
Which is great. We can really cooperate. Well, I wouldn't know that. So I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Right. So, and that was +1. So does that mean I'm now back to 1 action?
Yeah.
That was basically a free turn.
Yes. I'm
Okay.
going to tune out Inside Agent because it basically
Yeah,
gives it a necessity.
Yeah, you don't need a +1 action on that.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I'm going to I'm going to play a secret. So I'm going to use my secret at the start of your next turn, +1 card and +1 actions.
Now, he doesn't know what my secret was.
Right.
So I'm going to reveal my secret, and it says, when an opponent plays a secret, take their secret.
Okay, so then you take that secret. Now both of us know what that is.
But he doesn't know what it is.
Right.
I don't know what that is, and I was not paying close enough attention to remember.
All right, and so that's the end of my turn.
Yes. Now you discard a card.
And I have to discard 1 card. So
Oh, so there is a draw to discard 1 sort
Yes.
of effect.
That we want to prevent holding, like, stuff end game cards, right? And, like, we don't want to clog up a hand. So.
okay, so I'm gonna play my when an opponent plays a secret, discard take their secret. I'm gonna discard that one. So
So since there's 2 secrets in the game, we now know that any further secrets will be actual secrets.
right.
Yes.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
So now you get 1 oil barrel.
Gain another oil barrel. I'm liking this oil. I'm gonna go ahead and draw 2 cards here. See what I got. I got a market, which my oil sells for double this round, and I got an espionage. Select a player, look at their hand. Now I'm a little. I think I would be focusing a little bit more on Zane here because he's been, shooting out some attack cards. So I might play that later. But first of all, I'm going to say, oh yeah. So like we agreed, I'm going to increase the oil price here by 2.
So this goes up to 3.
Oil price per barrel is now 3.
Which is great. And I'm also going to say,
So you have 1 action remaining.
yeah. So I'm going to play. I'm saying, look, I'm going to continue with this sort of cooperation, and I'm going to increase it.
Double the oil
price.
Okay.
So you should double the oil price on your turn.
Up to 6. Okay.
You should double it as much as
Capiche. I think we're gonna cooperate.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. Go ahead, Joseph.
You need to discard 1.
Oh, that's right. I'm going to. I think I will discard alternative energy. I think I'll discard alternative energy because it's about to bump up here.
That makes sense because you're going for a raising price strategy, so discarding a lowering price card makes sense.
Yes.
All right.
So I'm going to reveal my secret at the start of your next turn. 1 card and 1 action. So I'm going to draw additional 1.
There's your 1 card. What'd you get?
I got lobbying. ICBMs cost 40 less this round.
Okay.
Ooh.
So this is a strong card in the end of the game.
Okay.
And then I'm going to draw 2 more.
So what defines a round?
What defines a round?
Yeah, is it my turn or is it everyone's turn?
Everyone's turn.
Gotcha.
So I have look at the top 3 cards of your deck, draw 1, and put the other 2 at the bottom of your deck. So I think my cards are 2 -1 oil prices, 2 cartels, 1 ICBM reduction, and look at the top 3. So I'm going to look at the top 3 of my deck because I see an opportunity. They're raising the oil price, right? But I have 2 cartels, so I can triple the triple.
Oh.
So.
Okay.
And given this was because we didn't really draw well, but I'm gonna look at the top 3. Draw 1.
All right, what'd you get, Joe?
So I got oil crisis times 2 oil price times ticking for the next 2 turns. Turns last 30 seconds max. And RNG. Roll a dice. We'll use a virtual dice. Increase or decrease the price by that much. So
interesting.
Oil crisis has a big effect. So I'm going to keep that one.
And then the other 2 you put at the bottom of the deck.
I'm going to put these 2 at the bottom of the deck, given they wouldn't know what it is.
Right.
Now I have 2 actions remaining.
Yes.
Also, I forgot to get one of these. So
Hang on. Did you not just use an action to do that?
I had 3 because of the.
Oh, right. Yep. You had your secret.
Right.
So you have 2 remaining.
Yeah. I'm going to.
So now, keep in mind, you're seeing us cooperating on raising the oil price.
And you don't know what I have.
Right.
So. I sense an opportunity, but I am
What's
going
he gonna do?
to pass.
Okay.
And
So
I'm
you're
gonna
going to discard your -1 oil price. Okay. My turn's up. I'm going to take 2. I got an extra guns and a shuffle 3 times garbage into the discard pile. Garbages are a dead draw, basically. So if you pick up a garbage out of the discard pile,
It's garbage,
yeah.
yes.
It's a wasted spot.
Yes.
Okay. So this is sort of a way to like stop somebody's steamroll dead.
It should slow it down. I don't want this game to slow down too much, so I've only put like a few of them in that, and it's a low draw possibility.
Okay. So, don't have any. I don't have any cards that would allow me to get additional actions.
Yes.
So I only have the 2.
Yes.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play an oil crisis.
Excellent.
So we're sticking together. So that's going to change the oil price up to 12.
12.
That's
11.
11.
1, 2.
No.
Oh shoot, you're right.
It goes up and yeah.
There you go.
All right.
And then I'm also going to play an extra guns card.
So you draw 2.
And I'm going to draw 2 additional. And I got my special, which is Oil Spill. If you are a BP Europe player, each other players there's a typo there. Each other players rolls a dice and loses oil equivalent to the number rolled round down.
Oof.
You gain the oil lost, else if I'm not BP Europe, +1 action and draw a card. I also got extra manpower, which is +2 actions, but I can't use that because I'm out of actions. So I'm down to discarding, and I'm going to discard this shuffle 3 times to garbage the discard pile, because if I'm throwing stuff into the discard pile, there's only a select few cards that can actually result in somebody fishing things out of the discard. So I'm going to go ahead and put that there.
So now it's my turn.
Yep.
I generate an oil,
Oh, I forgot to generate one.
and I draw 2 cards. I got 2 extra manpowers, which are great. I'm going to go ahead and just play those.
So now you're up to 3 actions.
So that puts me up to 3 actions. This
That's
puts
5.
me up to 4. It takes an action to play this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
okay.
So
4
now I'm
actions.
at 4. I'm going to play Bird is the Word. Now, this is the Emu player's special card, but since I'm not Emu, I just get +1 card, +1 action. So I'm going to go ahead and draw.
Okay.
Next, so now I have 4 actions still.
Yes.
So next what I'm going to do is I'm going to... now, do we know if he has cartels right now? We do not.
No.
No, we don't.
This
We don't
hand
see
is
the
in
cartels.
So what I would do is I would first of all play this secret right here. The when an opponent plays an attack card, cancel it out. So I'll put that under there.
Okay. So now you're down to 3 actions.
Mm-hmm. Next up, I would play Oil Crisis. Increase.
Double it again.
Double it again.
Right, down to 2 actions, up to 24.
I think I got 2 actions left.
Yes.
Did you discard? You
Yeah,
discarded, right? Okay.
Yeah, I discarded my garbage card.
I think I'm going to play.
So the strategy that I would see for you here is play market, double it again,
That's what I'm thinking.
and
but
then Chinese factory and flush out all that oil.
that's what I was thinking. But what I also was going to try and do was I was going to use this blackmail card. Now, if I had one more action, I would play increase demand, double the price. Then I would play Chinese factory, gain all that oil, and then I would play blackmail and stop one of you two from selling all that oil. Stop you guys from using actions.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But since I don't have that, I think I will go. Let's see here. What's better? This becomes 96 times 10 or 48 times 20. It's better.
You're either at 960
Yeah.
or
So I'm gonna play.
over.
I'm gonna play this guy twice.
Okay. So double it up.
No. I'm gonna play this guy twice. So I'm gonna increase, double it.
Yep.
Right. So that's 3 actions. So now it's at 48.
Yep. Oil price is globally raised to 48.
And then I will play Chinese Factory twice.
Okay.
So I gain, because this is my special card, I gain 10 oil, and I play it again to gain another 10 oil.
Okay.
So I'm going to use one of these handy dandy trackers here.
You should use times 20.
Oh yeah, times 20. Just to
Here, take one,
show,
please.
yeah, I'm just going to, well, I just need to stick one. I only need one because I'm just going to put times 20 oils here. So now I can sell, correct?
Yes.
So at 48 times 20, that gives me, what?
94 times 2 times 10 times 10.
No. It's 96.
Right.
So 960.
Yes.
So I gain $960.
So here's 100, 200, 300, 400, 500.
On further note, we're
How
gonna
much-
How much 600,
How much do ICBMs cost
700,
They cost 1,000.
again? How much do they cost?
800.
200.
200?
900, 50, 60.
So I'm gonna buy 2 ICBMs.
Okay, so that's two. That's
And
400
these, are
total.
these ICBMs or are these ICBMs?
Those are ICBMs.
1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay.
And how much money do you have left?
You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 650, 660.
And how much is a pump?
20.
20.
20? Alright, so
You're going to buy
that's
33 pumps.
33 pumps. I would like 33 pumps.
Okay, so here is a times 20.
So given
A
a
times
few of the
10
numbers need
and a times
rebalancing
3.
in this game.
Okay, so there's 33 multiplier.
Yep.
And I'm just going to put all these money multipliers back.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, we actually have money counters.
Yes.
Oh, did I have any left over?
No, you made
No?
exact change.
Oh, perfect. Look at that.
So,
Okay, so that was an incredibly strong move.
Yeah, well, I had my special, and I had asked you guys to increase the price as much as you could.
so given that in this course of the game, so far that we've seen that we managed to hit extreme luck in basically everything that he did. So he had the combo, he played a combo card on that combo, he's been assisted by other players,
Yeah.
right? And given there's a lot of times to oil press because the deck wasn't shuffled and he was able to draw a lot of cards.
Yes. Right.
So it seems that there are possibilities for one hits, but we're going to see if we actually...
Right, so now, I still have an Iron Dome over here.
Yeah.
So I can prolong this game for at least 2 more turns to see if I can't get a foothold back.
I see.
And also, there are cards that divide the oil price by 2, and some that I believe set it back to 1, right?
Yes, a reset will set it back to 1.
So it's not impossible to bring it back down from when it gets so high up there. But
Did you discard a card?
I have not yet. I will play I will discard my espionage here because I think my work here is done.
All right, down to Joseph.
So-
now he has 33 wells, 2 ICBMs.
I am very confused because you had the option to launch an ICBM and end the game.
Oh, did I?
Yes, but
So-
your turn's over.
Oh well, I didn't realize that. I thought it was like an additional action or something.
There you go. Okay.
Should we? I think maybe we should do it as an additional action.
It seems odd that you can immediately buy an ICBM and
And
then immediately
launch it.
launch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that should be a separate action. So let's add that.
ICBM. How about we? I'm going to modify it for next game. You must wait 1 turn, 1 or 2 turns.
Let's say you can launch on the next turn after you buy.
Yeah, that makes sense because then people have a chance to like and like do that.
Right.
That could be a fun dynamic.
So I'm going to basically. I know he has. Let's take
So,
a
so
little modification.
the pants pooping has commenced
Yeah.
over here on this side of the table because we basically just got played hardcore.
Yes.
So now me and you have got to work together to try and not die.
Yes.
Now, can you destroy my ICBMs?
No.
Okay, that's good to know.
So I have lobbying here, which means I can make them cost less, right? But I need an Iron Dome desperately. No.
You draw 2.
No. So I'm going to look at the top.
Why'd you draw 3?
I'm looking at the top 5
Okay.
and choosing 1. So, due to wording, I'm a little upset that I made it this way. But it says select a player; they can take no
Actions. Yeah. So that might be a thing. Maybe instead of causing it to delay a turn, make launching ICBMs an action that you can do.
Yeah. So maybe a combination of the two.
No,
So-
no, I don't. Yeah, I think a combination because of the way that it is. That if you can get a big engine going, you have extra actions left over, you can launch it.
And also ICBMs end the game.
Yes.
So you need to have the proper preparation to end it.
Yes. So how about we modify blackmail to a player can take no actions on the next turn.
Yes.
Yeah,
And if ICBMs are also an action, then
You're looking at my deck now and you're realizing that I have a reverse blackmail.
I mean, let's keep in mind we're trying to balance the game for all games, not just make sure that Joseph can't win this game.
Yes, I think I've already lost this one. So, I would say I need to desperately blackmail him because he can take no actions, and we've rebalanced live to ICBM. You have to wait to launch next turn and cost an action.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm going to take this one, right? The second thing is I'm going to activate my shield, which blocks basically
Attacks, but not ICBMs.
attacks for 2 turns.
Yeah.
Maybe it should be ICBM.
Well, no, that'll actually be good for you coming up in a second when you use that blackmail on me.
Yes. So, I'm going to use a blackmail. Select a player. They can take no action on the next turn.
So then I play my reverse. Wait, can I play my reverse or my reverse blackmail?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm just going to play my reverse blackmail because that's more situational. I'm gonna say no, you.
But you cannot take cards from me because should we do it that way?
What's
Would
that?
this block reactions too?
Well, the thing is, I'm sending that blackmail. I'm reversing it, sending it back to you.
Yes.
So,
So it doesn't
I'm
make-
attacking you.
So
technically.
it negates out essentially.
Yeah.
Right. So I know. Oh, that's bad.
Yeah.
Right. The second thing I'm going to tell you is, since you're trying to cooperate, I know that there are in the first 4 cards of the deck there are no more blackmails.
Okay.
Right.
No more blackmails.
No more blackmails.
Okay.
Second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to.
We need to tank the oil price as quick as possible. 'Cause
No,
the
it's
next
too
turn,
late. It's
he's
too
going to
late.
get 33 oil. Now, I have an iron dome that you don't know about.
Yes.
So I want to get you to try and help me tank the oil price because I can survive 2 turns with iron dome.
Yes. But I could do that,
by 1.
or I could play 2 cartels. So given my current range of information,
You should play 2 cartels because if I play a cartel, then it affects us. But if you play a cartel, it affects
no,
us.
you can choose me too.
Oh, okay. So it's not just the next player on.
Or I could discard my hand plus 5 cards, and then you try to blackmail him. But you don't know that he has the reverse.
Actually, he doesn't.
And I don't have a blackmail.
It was in my opening hand. The reverse was in my opening hand. But he might have
Yeah.
forgotten it. Who knows?
Right.
You do have a blackmail?
I do not have a blackmail.
So I'm going to basically try to win the game on my own and hope you have something.
Okay.
Your oil sells for triple this round, and your oil sells for, no, already, yeah, your oil, I only have 1 action.
So we have to multiply 48 by 9.
48 by 3.
48 by,
Well, you played. Did you play both your cartels?
I only have 1 action left.
Oh, okay.
So 48 by 3. What do you need the calculator? 120 plus 8 by 3 is 24. 144?
432.
That was close.
So
Oh, hang on. Why are you doing 3 times 3?
3 oil.
Oh,
shoot.
right.
Yeah.
So what's 48 times 3?
It's the total is 432. No, it's
48 times
only
3.
for us two. Your oil. So keep it at 48. So I have 432.
Gosh.
Okay.
So I'm going to buy 2 ICBMs, threateningly.
Threateningly buying 2 IC.
Oh wait.
What'd you say?
Oh, I forgot. My secret cancels out your blackmail anyways.
Yeah.
Oh well, I didn't
Okay,
remember it
so
all.
if you don't remember your secret, then you kind of just get screwed over.
You should definitely be responsible for your
And then buy an
ICBMs.
oil drill. The second
You
thing
bought
I'm
2
gonna do-
ICBMs?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so now...
So now I just have to. I really want to kill you.
yeah.
Yeah. So
And buy
now,
oil drill, and then I have 12 left over.
cool. So and then you need to discard something.
I'm going to discard
Your bad day.
my bad day, because I'm already having a bad day. And then I'm going to pass this to you.
Okay. Cartel comes to me. That means my oil sells for triple.
Yes.
I get 1 barrel.
Yes.
Okay. I have 2 actions. I'm going to draw 2 cards. I get an extra manpower plus 2 act sheet because I fucked up cutting this card out. And when an opponent plays an attack card, cancel it out. That's a secret. So I am going to play an extra manpower
Okay.
up to 3 and another extra manpower up to 4. Then I'm going to play an Iron Dome. So
Good choice. Good choice. So where does that go?
So Iron Dome is an effect card, and it's...
Can you only have 1 effect card at a time?
No, you can have multiple.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to play my Iron Dome, which means for 2 cycles, starting now. So how's that timing work? So
You, him, me, you, him, me. No
it's
more
fine.
Iron Dome.
Gotcha. Okay, Iron Dome is played. So this is kind of a shock to Joseph, who was assuming that I was just as feeble as him.
Yeah.
Now, let's see. Oil spill is actually not as powerful as I'd like it to be.
Well, not right now. It is.
Because there's no reason for, if you have a bunch of oil, to not sell it immediately.
Well, if the price is low.
Right, but if you're going to be stockpile, there's less scenarios in which you'd stockpile oil than scenarios in which you'd sell it immediately.
That's true.
Interesting.
But you have the most powerful discard. Look through
Yeah.
The final thing that we ended up doing, because of the sequence of events, was that a few cards were played, and basically what you can see in the next clip is that an attack card, which was blackmail, would stop the other player from launching a missile. Because the missile takes an action, and if you skip your next turn, then nothing happens. And that was countered by a reverse card, which was countered by another reverse card, which was actually shut out by a secret, which would negate the card, but not sort of reflect it upon the other player. And this caused an Iron Dome to be, not a missile to be launched, and then the game was over. Learned a lot of lessons from this. Mostly that the game pace was way too fast. Yes, there were unlucky draws, but quickly after this, I changed ICBMs to be $500, and also cannot launch the same turn, and to give players that sort of like panic button and panic draw, that type of thing, and also makes it take up the whole turn, so it's not like you can just continue optimizing. The player has to sacrifice something for that. We also sort of realized that the game moves really fast and is really draw dependent. As we continue throughout this project, we're going to be, yes, adding more cards, making language more consistent with wording, but also slowing down the pace of the game, perhaps slowing it down for everyone so that it's not who draws best off the top of the deck, which I felt like was a little prominent here, but also who can play the cards that they have, because although each player had a lot of choices, it was slightly a little too easy to determine which choices were the most necessary. So you'll see quickly after this that the sequence of events played, followed by what happened. As you can see, we have a reverse blackmail played on a blackmail card, a reverse card playing on that card, and then a secret which would negate that. So essentially, Sam tried to skip another player's turn, and Zane's turn, because Zane was about to launch his missile. Zane countered with, you're gonna skip your next 2 turns, and then Sam countered with, no, you're gonna skip your next 2 turns. And then that was final with a secret, which sort of negated that and didn't provide a reactionary response, which means that Zane could launch his missile and win the game.